120 years ago, this would have been a very different sight. Behind me, you don't see any man working. But back then, there would have been over 1,000 people employed, hacking at the rock, getting the minerals out. A barren landscape. A desolate background of sandstone and Martian-coloured rocks. Devoid of any plant life, save for a few gorse bushes, this inhospitable backdrop looks like something out of a Star Wars movie. But it isn't. It's in Wales. What you're looking at is an abandoned copper mine situated on the outskirts of the little port town of Amlwch, Anglesey. With its distinctive red hue, Parys Mountain, or Mynydd Parys in Welsh, overlooks the town like a smaller version of Ayers Rock in Australia. A curious coincidence, then, that this long-abandoned mine has recently been bought by an Australian mine company.
It is interesting, but they're the ones that came along, and they're the ones that are particularly keen at the moment to progress this project. They have the staff and the money to do it.
Copper from this mine was used extensively in the construction of ships, including Nelson's Admiralty, and coins. But it was likely a mine many years before even then. Evidence exists to support the idea that people from the Bronze Age used this site, as well as the Romans. And now, some 2,000 years later, Parys Mountain is once again to be mined for its precious copper. It is probably the oldest existing mine in the world. Western Metals, based in Perth, Australia, have bought the mine for about £14 million. But this new development won't be directly connected with the old abandoned workings. Rather, it's a new project altogether.
We want to open, and what we are selling to the Australians is not connected very much, geologically speaking, with the old mine.
This is all very well and good, but how will it affect the local economy?
It's going to be a significant benefit to the local economy. It'll employ 120 people when it's running, and more than that in the construction phase, and there'll be spin-off as well.
But there may be problems. The mine may look to some like an eyesore on the rolling green countryside that surrounds it, but Ian Cuthbertson doesn't agree.
I take issue with the idea that it's an eyesore. It's actually quite a flourishing tourist attraction, and the Amlwch Industrial Heritage Trust has done a lot to develop interest in the old mines, which are scenic in that the colours are of considerable, artistic and photographic interest, and what went on there is also interesting.
So the stage looks set for the mine to be open in about 2 years' time. Large multi-million-pound developments do not appear in Wales with much regularity these days, so perhaps this will encourage more businesses to take Wales seriously in the future.